All right, this is not a planned video, but when an opportunity, so to speak, knocks on your door, I thought that I would jump on it and make this video about what is the worst that can happen weather-wise here in Asheville, North Carolina. So right now, today is Wednesday. We are waiting, including this guy, for tropical storm to hit Asheville. Hurricane Helene is hitting the coast of Florida. I know there's some evacuation already been put in place, but here we are not getting hurricanes, thank God. What we are getting is tropical storms. They can be pretty damaging when, depending on the severity, of course. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna report back tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So Thursday and Friday, we're supposed to have the worst of it. Right now, it was nice and sunny just a minute ago, I swear, and now it got a little overcast. It's not so hot. We're just kind of sitting and waiting. And everyone knows who been through this kind of stuff knows what to do is get your groceries, charge all kinds of devices that that you're gonna need, like your phones, your tablets, your computers, because the power might go out when the storm hits. The reason to get groceries and stuff like that is not because the stores might close. The stores might be working, but two worst things that happen during the storms here is flash flooding with tons of rain being dumped on us right at once, and trees that go down with strong winds and damage power lines and stuff like that. Those are some of the things that we are gonna do today. We're gonna go get some groceries, although we are lucky, specifically, we are lucky that we do not live in the flood zone. We do not live anywhere close to the roads that get flooded typically, but still, I just don't want to have to go to a grocery store when it's storming, when it's raining. I just don't like to drive in the rain. This is what to expect in this video. It's kind of not planned, like I said, but I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you what it can look like when a storm hits Asheville in summertime, in the fall, in spring, when it's not winter. So stay tuned for that. 15 minutes after I recorded that first message, it started raining. And of course, it's just rain for now, nothing to be worried about. We did get a message from our daughter's daycare saying that if Buncombe County schools close, then they will close too. I was reading comments on Facebook in one of the groups about Hendersonville, and they said that Haywood County schools already announced that they will be closed Thursday and Friday. Probably Henderson County schools will be closed as well. Again, it's not about being super dangerous at schools or whatever, but getting to schools, buses, teachers, all the staff that works at schools, they live in all different parts of all those different counties, and it can be very dangerous. Well, shall see what's going to happen. It might be nothing, but they predict it's going to be bad, or maybe even as bad as the storm in 2004. That was actually the year that we came here to Asheville. We did not know any better back then. But I remember looking down the bridge where Super Walmart is right now, and back then it wasn't there yet. There was just a U-Haul place, and it was all flooded. All the U-Haul trucks were flooded, but I hope everyone, stay safe and just stay out of the storm's dangerous path. Five hours later, it started coming down really hard at times. Like right now, it doesn't look or feel like it's coming down. But check this out. This is Biltmore Village, and it always gets flooded. I think from what I understand is that it has some issues with its drainage. That is something that happens pretty much every time we have flash flooding. That red car gonna get flooded probably. It's hard to see from here, but things are floating already. I have a feeling my husband's gonna want to drive through it, but we have a more or less equipped vehicle. But it's really, you're not supposed to do that. So luckily in Biltmore Village, the damage is mostly done to businesses, which, it's also bad, right? But it's not somewhere where people live. So homes are not affected. Oh my God, these women are trying to stop this car. These are just a bunch of stores, restaurants, and not homes, people's homes. All right, day 2 of tropical storm here in Asheville. It's Thursday morning. We needed to go out and about, and although Biltmore Village is blocked, the road is blocked, there's no water there right now because it's gonna come back again. And they just don't want anybody try to drive through it and they have to rescue anybody. But right now, it still continues to rain, not too hard, but it's coming down. And they say now that the tropical storm is combining with a hurricane, I think. We shall see. We're out and about in the morning. I need to get some vitamins from my doctor and stuff like that. We're just probably gonna hunker down and stay inside most of the day, most of the time. It just, it's not even that you can get stuck because the road is impassable, but I'm sure there will be quite a few accidents on the roads, on the wet road, and it's just not worth it. Schools are canceled, everything's canceled, some events are canceled, most of our meetings are canceled, appointments are canceled for today. It's kind of wild, but this is what to expect if you're thinking about moving to Asheville, and I'm gonna keep you posted on future developments. This behind me is a Shenandoah River right here. Without a storm, without any kind of rain, heavy rain, you barely even see it. It's way below. But now, this is railroad tracks right there. They're gonna get flooded 100%, no doubt about it. And all this area most likely will get flooded too tonight. Again, this is Biltmore Village right behind me. All these are businesses, so at least it's not places where people live. But it still sucks, right, to have damage to your business. But it's not the first time it's happening. Biltmore Village is the first one to go. So this is approaching River Art District. It's also flooded. Some low spots here. And of course, French Broad River is on this side, and it usually makes a big, big mess. And I'm sure it's probably gonna flood a lot of River Art District, the whole park here, or 2 parks. It's already up significantly. Look at this, whoa. In the past we've seen that this whole area, well, maybe not right here, but a little farther, like less than a half a mile, is flooded. Looks like it's already flooded and people have to turn around. So with that, if you live somewhere here in West Asheville and you have to access your property over there, oh look, it's already very close to the road. So yeah, if you live in West Asheville, and there are multiple ways to access West Asheville, but this can be one of them. And this road gets really busy with traffic because a lot of people live off of that. See, people are signaling that it's a no-go. Look at this mess. And this is just the beginning. This is the French Broad River, and it's full of E. coli even without this. This is Carrier Park, gonna be to the left in a little bit, just to give you an idea where we are. And West Asheville, the West Asheville is gonna be that way. And this is a River Art District. It all probably gonna be flooded because, again, French Broad River is just there. Yep, see? This is what happens. You go through high water, you have low clearance, not the car that's supposed to be out and about like this. This is the bridge that connects West Asheville and River Art District. I was just here like a month ago making a video for you about the best and worst of the coolest parts of Asheville, and River Art District was one of them. And I was just literally talking about how this river, French Broad River, can get really quickly with flash flooding and everything. Well, not everything, but all the low spots in River Art District can get flooded easily. And look at this. This is the park, the greenway, the railroad tracks, most likely gonna get flooded if that's the rate that it's gonna go with, or at, rather. Road is blocked. And it's already close kind of to the railroad tracks. If you live somewhere, you know, in West Asheville, and I'm gonna go and show you what it looks like to live on the other side, and there's a connection road over there, you're gonna have hard times getting back home. And this is not the worst. The worst would be probably tomorrow or tonight when the wind picks up, and not only areas will get flooded, the roads will get flooded and will be unpassable, but we're gonna have some downed trees, and that scares me even more than, you know, rain and water, because it's gonna be really dangerous to drive when there's a chance that the tree can fall and block the road and, God forbid, kill somebody. So this is a Bowen Bridge that connects downtown and West Asheville. This is Emma Road. A lot of people live off of that road. River Art District is kind of behind me. French Broad River is on the right. And it is typically flooded. Doesn't look like it's flooded now, but by tonight, all this will be underwater, and you're not going to be able to. I mean, look. Woo. This is the road, this is the river. Just a matter of hours. Speaking of down trees, road is already blocked because the tree went down, and we don't even have any wind yet. The soil just gets so saturated with rain. It's like everything is so, you know, soggy. The trees just start falling down left and right. And like I said, we don't even have any wind yet. And sometimes when you live, you know, in a safe spot like we do, you look out the window and if you don't go anywhere, and you're like, what's the big deal? Why the schools are closed? But when you start looking at what's been happening, maybe other people post, you realize that some areas can be really, really dangerous, really, really quick. I have a footage somewhere of this river and this spot specifically where all the tubers are going down the river in summertime and enjoying themselves. Listen, I don't recommend doing it when the weather is nice and the river is, you know, calm, not like this, because it's full of E. coli. Definitely do not put your toes in or any other part of your body into this river when it's like this. This is nasty. All this will get flooded, but I'll try to do my best to come back here tomorrow and show you. Baby bull. Great place to eat in River Art District. All right, day 3, it's Friday. The tropical storm is here. Pretty much, I guess everyone lost power last night. We lost power at 3 a.m. The winds are just off charts. Everything is falling down. Look at our trees. Basketball thing fell down. You can't see it from here, but it's just been crazy. Flash flooding, trees are falling down faster than crews can get to them. We are staying put for sure. I just went around the corner to get my mom from her house and brought her to our house, and we were supposed to go camping this weekend. Instead, we're camping and cooking everything in our garage on all the camping gear. So I guess that's kind of sort of like a camping. I would say that we've definitely never seen anything like this here in Asheville in 20 years, and that's what they're saying, that this is probably going to be one of the worst storms in 100 years, and the levels of French Broad River will be the worst or the highest in the past 100 years. Usually when there's a hurricane on the coast, what we get is what we've been getting, you know, yesterday and the day before yesterday, just a lot of rain and some flash flooding. but this is next level. And of course, we're not the only ones that are affected. South Carolina, North Carolina, trees are going down. I will report back once the wind goes down, and we'll be able to go and drive around. But right now, we're not leaving the house. It's not safe. It's kind of scary to even look out the window and see all the wind like this moving the trees. Holy moly. We just went to check out Biltmore Village, and what's going on here, everything is flooded. We kind of tried to go in a little bit, but we were just like, not going to risk it. And then I went up with my drone to see, and there's this little convenience store just like probably less than half a mile from here. It is up to its roof in water. The whole Biltmore Village is underwater. And it's definitely nothing that we've seen like this before here. In 20 years, the damage is going to be really bad. And all I have to say, again, is it not only impacts people who may live in properties that are in flood zones, but also people who live near those two big rivers, although French Broad River is a big river. Swannanoa River is not even that big, or it doesn't look that big when you drive by it every day. In some cases, like, you don't even see it, but it certainly can make a big mess. Swannanoa River Valley was evacuated this morning, or they sent a message to evacuate because everything over there got flooded. In Swannanoa, along Swannanoa River, oh my God. Almost impossible to get from one part of the town to another part of the town. The traffic is backed up. This is going back from like downtown to South Asheville. I have no words. We are really lucky that we only lost power, water, and barely have any cell service, so that also sucks. Again, we never lost water in all 20 years that we've been here. We only lost power maybe for like a couple hours, and now they are not even telling us the estimation for when the power will be restored. Cell service, barely any cell service, but still, we're lucky because we're all safe. No damage was done to us personally, to our properties, unlike some other people. So when I wanted to make this video, when I started 2 days ago, that's not what I thought it was going to happen. We honestly we're just kind of like, it's just going to be another tropical storm that they're going to rain, and that's it. Holy crap, this is like next level. So sometimes weather forecast is right, they're not always wrong. Oh my God, I was literally just here like a month ago making a video about the best and worst of the coolest parts of Asheville. I don't know if you remember, but we ate here at Baby Bull, and I was standing somewhere there. There's railroad tracks that you cannot see it right now, and I was talking about how the worst part of River R District is that it's right on the river and it can get flooded. It happened before where all this was flooded. Not only buildings can get damaged by water, but a lot of these roads can get flooded. Look at this. So flooded now. And of course, this is like the worst storm like in 100 years. It doesn't usually get that bad, but this is just crazy. So what do you do when you're thinking about relocating to the area and you're thinking about, well, doesn't look like a safe place anymore to me compared to other places even, and you're still trying to figure out, okay, how we're going to do it? You need somebody who will be basically on your side, who will point you in the right direction, who will point out all the red flags, all the low spots. Because being in the flood zone is one thing, but you don't even have to be in the flood zone to be affected by something like this. Your roads to your house, to your property, to your business can get flooded. Flash flooding is even worse than just regular flooding. So you need somebody who will tell you the truth, who will point you in that right direction. And if you need help relocating, this is what my team and I do every day. And we're here to guide you through not just the process, but what all these different parts of Asheville look like, or Western North Carolina, point out those red flags. So it is day 5 from the time I started this video. It's Sunday, and I wanted to say that the worst is over, but I'm afraid it's not. We still do not have any kind of estimate when our power and, most importantly, water will be up. There's so much damage that happened, it's just unreal. At this point, we're just trying to figure out how we can help, ourselves and, most importantly, neighbors, people in our community who are the most vulnerable. There's a lot of people who just got trapped in their houses by downed trees, power lines blocking the roads, and they are without power, without water. They don't have gas stoves. They don't have anything. They barely have any water left. We set up a little portable toilet outside in our backyard. I know it might be a TMI, but this is the reality of what we are dealing with right now. At first, it looked like, just look at all these big rivers out of their banks, but then as the reality starts sinking in, I was sick to my stomach. So there's no gas also. So people are trying to get gas and hunt for gas. A few gas stations will open up here and there, and there will be a line for like a mile. And of course, it'll be gone quickly. Few grocery stores are opened, and of course, there are lines too. None of the street lights are working, and I'm surprised actually how well people drive when there are no accidents. At least I haven't seen any. Everyone is just being super respectful on intersections and let each other pass. My husband, well, you can't see from here, but with our neighbor, getting ready to go to Shelby, because that is pretty much the only direction you can get to, and get some gas. They made a run last night, quite a bit of gas for ourselves, neighbors, for generators. If you have any plans to come to Asheville in the next 2 weeks, if not more, I would cancel them. I would absolutely cancel them. It does not sound like media is covering the extent of damage and what's going on, and I see people left and right posting and messaging me that how they still have plans to come to Asheville and enjoy our beautiful town. Do not come. Stay home, stay where you're at. We don't even have basic necessities in Asheville right now, like electricity, cell services, very spotty. There's no water. Unless you want to do a very primitive camping somewhere, be my guest. Other than that, stay put. We have a very long road ahead of us, and I think the most important we can do is stay kind, be patient, and be united. This is the time to help each other and be each other's neighbors and not be divided for whatever reason. All right, until next time.